Deputy Maureen O'Sullivan.
Well, ar dús cardas chuig an vertictive an postan nua agus tasulgum gunai rohig lives in a postana shin. My question is, if an application has been sent into UNESCO with the intention of including the Phoenix Park on the list of UNESCO sites, and in light also that this is a public park and it gets great use by the public, and there are fears from residents in the area and from the public that if that does happen, then there could be a charge for using it.
I understand that the Office of Public Works, which is both the owner and manager of the Phoenix Park, has no plans to introduce general admission charges to the park now or in the future. The nomination process for inclusion in the UNESCO World Heritage List is initiated by state authorities, drawing up a tentative list of what they consider to be the most important heritage sites within their national boundaries. Following a public consultation process and consideration by an expert advisory group in 2010, the historic city of Dublin was one of 7 potential nominations chosen for inclusion in Ireland's tentative list. My department's policy, which mirrors that of UNESCO, is that nominations for World Heritage status must be driven in the first instance by local authorities and communities. Against that background, my department hosted a seminar in September 2013 for local authorities and community representatives from the areas of the sites on Ireland's current tentative list to gauge the level of interest in potential nominations and to clarify the significant research and other requirements involved in preparing nomination documentation. I understand that in the meantime a steering group has been established by the lead authority, Dublin City Council, with the objective of progressing the historic City of Dublin nomination. In line with both national and UNESCO policy, any advancement of the nomination will feature extensive public consultation over the course of the nomination process and in relation to any specific proposal that might arise from it.
Deputy O'Sullivan.
Yes, I thank the Minister for that reply, and there's a lot of positive aspects to the reply. And I suppose I would just like to highlight the amazing facility and amenity that the Phoenix Park is. And as a park, it's 350 years old, larger actually than Central Park in New York. It actually has a railway line underneath it, linked with a series of tunnels and a station. We also have Viking burials, we have a magazine fort, and there's a 5,500-year-old Neolithic village, the remains of it there. And we have the Wellington Monument, which has the odd distinction of being Europe's largest phallic symbol. Not to mention the wildlife, the bird life, the flora, the fauna, and a cricket club that was founded by Parnell's father. So I think when you look at all of that and we look at the use that the Phoenix Park gets, in a sense it is a World Heritage Site, and I do hope that the progress is made in that. So even if Dublin didn't get it in itself, I think there is a case for the Phoenix Park. But there are issues in the Phoenix Park with unregulated parking, and there's also an issue for safety for pedestrians in certain parts and unregulated vehicular traffic. And I do think those issues could be addressed without any serious damage being done to the park and its free access to people.
Minister.
Yeah, first of all, Deputy, I just want to agree that Phoenix Park is a crown in the jewels. It's a tremendous facility, and it's something that we do need to treasure and certainly do all we can to protect. The process is underway regarding the UNESCO, the application to have it included, the one thing I have to say is that this has to be led by the local authorities, and the department cannot impose it. But the department's happy to support and work with the local authority in any way we can to progress the matter. Regarding the issue of unregulated parking and unregulated traffic, I'm happy to have that looked at and see how we can resolve that. And you can speak to me later regarding the issues, specific issues there. And as I say, I'm happy to look at that.
Just the final point I would make is that there actually seems to be a bit of an agenda at the moment in Dublin City against people who have cars. and I wouldn't like to see that continuing into the Phoenix Park, because there are people who use their cars to go to the Phoenix Park to enjoy all of the amenities and to walk and to run, etc. So when we look at meters for cars, I do think that that sort of motorist should not be penalised for those who use the space there to park all day freely. So I do take a lot from what you said. There'll be no general admission charges, but I do think that we do need guidelines and actions on the traffic management plan.
Yes, Deputy, I certainly agree with you there, because it's a tremendous facility for people to go walking, and they come and they bring their cars there and then they go for a walk, which is great to have that facility. So I certainly agree with you there in terms of that. Thank you.